the trunk! Close the trunk!
UFO enthusiasts and experts are watching closely as something strange is happening in Montana and Utah. Yellowstone was hit by a massive earthquake, and this would have been pretty normal if a UFO wasn't spotted landing in Montana. To make things even more interesting, UFO sightings have increased by a lot in these two states, and everyone is wondering what the situation will be like. Let's dive into this tricky situation. UFO hovering in Montana. A mysterious video from 9 years ago has resurfaced, reigniting public fascination and debate over unidentified flying objects in Montana. The footage, which was captured by a helicopter crew in 2016, shows a large disc-shaped object hovering motionless in the sky over a remote area of the state. The object was round, metallic, and immense in scale, and it cast a distinct shadow on the ground below, suggesting it was not a mere optical illusion. Many experts and enthusiasts analyzed the video and realized that the unidentified craft continued to hover over the bare fields in Montana for about a full minute before shooting upward and vanishing from view. The craft had a smooth and aerodynamic design that actually defied any known aircraft technology. There weren't any visible propellers, wings, or exhaust systems. All of these features are associated with conventional human-made flying machines. It silently hovered and then suddenly sped up, going into the sky and then disappearing. It caused many to believe that the footage was offering visual evidence of advanced, non-terrestrial technology. Now that the world is paying a lot of attention to the sighting from years ago, there were some fresh reports from across Montana in 2025. On September 22nd, a new video that was recorded by Laurel resident Sean M. captured what many are calling the most compelling modern UFO footage yet. The strange object was seen darting through the evening sky and appeared to shift directions instantly. It was moving at speeds and angles beyond the capabilities of any known aircraft. The way it moved was unreal, Sean said in a brief statement shared alongside the video. It wasn't a drone or a plane. It just appeared, zipped across the sky, and then was gone. Within hours of posting, the clip went viral, accumulating thousands of views and drawing attention from both UFO enthusiasts and skeptics. Some viewers have suggested that the object might be a drone with advanced lighting technology, or even a digital hoax. However, the experts in aerial phenomena have revealed something shocking. The object's movements and teleportation-like behavior are pretty difficult to replicate using common video editing techniques. Recently, Montana has been the hotspot for unexplained aerial activity, but the suspicion of the high level of alien activity in the state increased further when a massive earthquake hit Yellowstone, which also has parts in Montana. Yellowstone hit by massive earthquake. In late January 2025, the ground beneath Yellowstone National Park and its surrounding region rattled with two noticeable tremors, reminding residents and scientists alike of the restless geology lurking beneath the surface. On January 28th, a magnitude 3.9 earthquake struck near the Norris Geyser Basin area of Yellowstone. The day after, a magnitude 3.7 event was reported near Mammoth, Wyoming, still within the broader Yellowstone region. Fast forward to September 2025, and analysts are shocked as it was revealed that the broader Yellowstone area recorded 87 earthquakes during that month alone. The largest came in at a magnitude of 3.3, some 14 miles south-southwest of Mammoth Hot Springs. These earthquakes seem to be harmless, but they add to a long-standing geological story in Yellowstone. Yellowstone sits atop a volcanic caldera and hosts one of the most active hydrothermal systems in the United States, so even minor activity draws a lot of attention. But there's another aspect of the story of Yellowstone, which is the recurring reports of unexplained aerial phenomena. The vast open skies, remote terrain, and sparse light pollution around the park have made the area one of the most mysterious places for UFO sighting. One UFO sighting, which was spotted by multiple people and even the security cameras in the park, spotted an oval-shaped object over Yellowstone. It seemed like the saucer that was also spotted in Montana in 2016 and also this year. But this became worse when sources recorded multiple strange lights and aerial oddities in the Yellowstone region, usually near geyser basins and under dark skies. In the same 2016, a green flash was captured on a Yellowstone webcam. It was just like an aircraft emerging from the ground. And then, in August of the same year, they spotted a fleet of UFOs passing over the Yellowstone supervolcano region. Even while exploring Yellowstone, many visitors have heard strange phenomena, like hums and organ-like sounds coming from the lake. These seem connected to paranormal and alien interpretations, but it's hard not to notice the coincidence with the high number of earthquakes, up to 87 in 1 month, and a high level of UFOs in Yellowstone and Montana in general. Some observers have put forward a theory, saying that the tremors and subterranean shifts might be attracting extraterrestrial attention. If the Earth is disturbing below Yellowstone, extraterrestrial craft might show up to monitor and investigate. But others are cautioning against theories like these, saying that the two events aren't connected, and there's no sign of an imminent volcanic eruption, neither is there full proof of UFOs in the area. Still, residents in Montana and Utah have been noticing a high number of UFOs in the region, starting with this strange craft that was literally teleporting. UFO teleporting in Montana. The most shocking UFO sighting so far is that noticed by Sean M., as we briefly mentioned earlier in this video. In a striking piece of footage that has rapidly spread online, many saw a mysterious object filming darting and seemingly teleporting through the skies of Laurel, Montana, on September 22, 2025. The video shows a UFO making abrupt directional changes and even teleporting before it vanished almost instantly. The object was first hovering low in the sky before launching away at a blistering pace, and that seemed like it had just burst into a different dimension or teleported from that spot to another that couldn't have been seen in the video. While recording the UFO, Sean noticed that it became really weird, and he couldn't believe what he could see. Many observers also noticed that the speed, silence, and sudden appearance of the strange object seemed like an alien aircraft, or at least some form of non-human intelligence. It was definitely not advanced drone technology or holographic effects like they wanted us to believe. Montana has been serving as a backdrop for strange aerial phenomena recently, especially with the earthquakes in Yellowstone and the high number of UFO sightings. It's becoming worse ever since the renowned incident in 1950, where disc-shaped objects were filmed in daylight skies. This recent sighting in Laurel adds to the growing catalog of modern encounters. Till this day, those in Montana can't give up on the 1950 UFO incident in the state, which was one of the first UFO sightings that have been recorded in the U.S. 1950 Great Falls UFO Incident. It happened on August 15, 1950, in the city of Great Falls, and was a moment that would unfold and echo through UFO history for decades. Nick Mariana, general manager of the local minor league baseball team, the Electrics, was inspecting the field at Legion Stadium when he noticed a bright flash in the sky. Alongside his 19-year-old secretary, Virginia Raunig, Mariana reported seeing two bright silvery circular objects rotating as they traversed the sky. Reacting quickly, Mariana ran to his car to retrieve his 16mm movie camera and managed to film the objects for 16 seconds, capturing what is widely known as one of the earliest pieces of motion picture evidence of a UFO. The objects were actually hovering at around 10,000 feet in altitude and moved horizontally and swiftly. Yet, it was slower than normal jets, according to the later analysis. The event instantly caught national attention. The next day, the Great Falls Tribune published a story about the sighting and film, and the case soon entered the archives of the United States Air Force through its investigation program, Project Blue Book. The Air Force proposed that the objects were reflections of two F-94 jet fighters flying in the region. But when they did further analysis, they realized that it wasn't the case. In fact, the speeds and maneuvers of the object were very different from the known aircraft capabilities of that era. To complicate matters even further, Mr. Mariana claimed that he actually lost some of the frames in the original film. It was shocking and had all the makings of a cover-up. Mariana claimed that those missing frames were taken by the Air Force, only to be removed and lost, and all of those showed the discs clearly. In the years since that happened, the Great Falls region has become one of the most active zones for UFOs in North America, and it's suspicious, almost like they are attracted to that region. But the Great Falls isn't the only place in Montana that's dealing with a lot of UFOs. Another region called Redgate is also seeing high activity, almost like the aliens are investigating this state. Redgate Area UFO Activity. The remote area, which is known as Redgate, has gathered a reputation as one of the most active zones in Montana for UFO and paranormal activity. There are always unexplainable things, bringing up even more rumors about UFOs. One of the most shocking sightings involved a hunter and wildlife photographer, Donald Bromley, who had placed a trail camera deep in the woods of Redgate. When he reviewed a still image later on, it showed him a bulbous-headed figure that appeared naked and semi-transparent. He wanted to believe that it was a human, but clearly couldn't when he saw how strange the figure was. In addition to humanoid images, there are numerous reports of strange lights, hovering objects, unusual car stallings, and odd atmospheric behavior in the Redgate region. Some drivers claim their vehicles abruptly lost power in stretches of sparsely populated roads. There are so many theories that try to explain why there are so many UFOs in the Redgate area. Some have said that there are geological and electromagnetic features, like energy bands or vortex zones, that might be under the Earth's surface. These might be causing the area to attract UFOs. A documentary titled The Secret of Redgate explores dozens of witnesses over a 150-mile radius around Deer Lodge, recounting stories of lights, creatures, and experiences spanning decades. Some researchers speculate that the Redgate area may function similarly to other anomalous zones in the U.S., places where the normal rules of observation and experience appear bent, possibly due to an intersection of terrain, human perception, and whatever unexplained forces might be present. But there was another time in Montana where residents spotted some slow-moving lights, which seemed very strange and added to the worries that something strange is happening after the UFO landing. Slow-moving light in Montana. There was another unusual sighting that increased the interest in aerial anomalies in Montana. A resident near Belgrade, just east of the Bozeman Yellowstone International Airport, recorded a peculiar object making its way silently across the night sky. The report describes a slow, gliding, cylinder-shaped light that was drifting at an angle above the horizon. Then it vanished behind a nearby mountain ridge. When witnesses saw this strange light, they couldn't believe their eyes. It seemed like a blur with the naked eye, but under a night vision camera, its shape became more defined. As they looked closer, There was a long, lighted fuselage with no visible propulsion or wings, simply moving calmly and steadily across the star field like it was watching something. Although the sighting occurred near a busy flight corridor, there was no sound of commercial air traffic and nothing to identify the object as a known aircraft. Observers emphasized the object's slow speed, lack of usual aircraft features, and silent glide. These slow-moving lights could have been explained as passing jets or satellites, but the strange way it moved and the strange shape with no propulsion or wings meant there was something off. There was also no noise from the object, as it glided silently, causing more questions and rumors. This sighting adds more to the investigations, especially as Yellowstone is hit by a massive earthquake as a UFO landed in Montana. The investigations are even more interesting as UFO sightings have also increased in Utah, which is right beside Montana. UFO sighting in northern Utah. In March 2025, just after some of the earthquakes in Yellowstone and sightings in Montana, residents of northern Utah saw a strange aerial anomaly. Witnesses described a luminous object hovering silently above the western horizon just before sunset. The unusual sight featured what looked like two cylindrical shapes, attached and glowing in the fading light, before disappearing without a trace. Multiple viewers took recordings and shared video clips that showed the strange light in the sky. One resident revealed that it disappeared into the sky after a while, looking like a faraway star. At first, some said it might be a weather balloon, but the National Weather Service in Salt Lake City said they weren't involved in any way. There was another speculation that it was a high-altitude stratolite balloon, a meteor, or an optical illusion. But the calm, hovering behavior of the strange object is enough to cause a lot of suspicion. Residents became more wary when they noticed a UFO hiding in the clouds in Utah. UFO hiding in clouds in Utah. In September 2025, a series of UFO sightings in Utah reignited public interest in unexplained aerial phenomena. One particularly intriguing incident occurred on September 10th in Bountiful, Utah. A resident captured footage of a luminous object seemingly concealed within a cloud formation. The video, which quickly gained attention online, depicts a bright, disc-shaped object partially obscured by clouds, leading some viewers to speculate that the cloud itself was artificially generated to conceal the craft. But this isn't all. A day before that, there was another video surfacing which showed a UFO hovering within a cloud over Bountiful. The object appears to be a triangular craft, partially hidden by the cloud, and it prompted further speculation about the use of the UFOs. As always, some experts try to explain these phenomena by saying they were high-altitude balloons or military surveillance equipment. Utah continues to see a high level of UFOs just like Montana, and there's one region that is seeing a high level of UFO sightings: Skinwalker Ranch. Skinwalker Ranch, located in northeastern Utah, has long been a focal point for UFO enthusiasts and paranormal investigators. The ranch's history is steeped in reports of unexplained aerial phenomena, dating back to the 1970s. These accounts include sightings of unidentified flying objects and orbs, as well as other anomalous events such as cattle mutilations and encounters with large animals exhibiting unusual characteristics. In recent years, the ranch has attracted a lot of attention, especially when the television series The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch aired on the History Channel. The show records the ongoing investigations into the UFOs activity that continues to happen on the property. It even revealed one of the most shocking pieces of evidence. In that video, a UAP appeared in the sky over the ranch after the team launched drones and rockets and left them in disbelief. Another area in Utah, which is also being affected by the high UFO activity in Montana, is the Dugway Proving Ground. Dugway Proving Ground. Dugway Proving Ground is a vast U.S. Army facility in Utah's West Desert and has long been a focal point for UFO speculation. It usually does a lot of secretive operations, but this has brought up some rumors. What if it's actually studying extraterrestrial technology? Over the years, numerous UFO sightings have been reported in the vicinity of Dugway. Witnesses have described observing strange lights and objects in the sky, some exhibiting flight characteristics beyond known human-made aircraft. For instance, a former police officer on the Goshute Reservation recounted an encounter where a flying saucer zipped by after he flashed a light beam onto it, prompting the object to accelerate and disappear over a mountain range. Shortly thereafter, 2 fighter jets followed the same trajectory. Many even call this place the new Area 51, and the Army might just be reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology. Aside from this suspicious spot, there have also been very strange UFO sightings in Moab lately, another city in Utah. Uptick in Montana and Utah sightings. These frequent sightings have sparked various theories. Some attribute the phenomena to natural atmospheric conditions, such as lenticular clouds, which can create optical illusions resembling flying saucers. Others suggest that the area's clear skies and minimal light pollution make it an ideal location for observing celestial events, potentially leading to misidentifications. Both Montana and Utah have experienced a notable uptick in UFO sightings in 2025, with numerous reports remaining unexplained. This coincides with the unusual seismic activity in the Yellowstone region. Ever since the multiple earthquakes have happened in Yellowstone, scientists are saying that this seismic activity is within the region's normal range. But the timing has sparked speculation among UFO enthusiasts. Residents and visitors in Montana and Utah have reported a surge of unexplained lights, fast-moving objects, and craft performing abrupt directional changes, even teleporting above the sky. There have also been slow-moving lights and objects hidden within cloud formations. These coincidences have attracted a lot of theories. Some suggest that the high tectonic activity might attract extraterrestrial monitoring, probably to study the unusual geological or magnetic phenomena. Others say that these disturbances could be triggering anomalous atmospheric effects that make UFOs more visible. Yellowstone was recently hit by multiple earthquakes as a UFO landed in Montana. This strange UFO was seen hovering over the fields for about a minute before it disappeared into the sky. What do you think is causing all the UFO activity in Montana? Let's know your thoughts in the comments. So, thanks for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one.